èyí tí ò ní gbà wá lásìkò lọ títí. So fídíò arákùnrin Verydarkman so tí máa ń sọ àwọn oríṣiríṣi nǹkan yẹn, òun ni mo rí bí ọwọ́ alẹ́ àná. Mo wá ti ní láníyàn pé insha Allahul azim mo máa sọ̀rọ̀ lórí ẹ̀ ní àárọ̀ yìí pẹ̀lú àṣẹ Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So ohun tí fídíò náà kó sínú, òun náà ni àwọn kan tó já sí wípé wọ́n pera wọn Musulumi. So tó wá já sí wípé wọ́n lọ ẹmà gẹ́gẹ́ bí àdánwò tá ń fèsì nílẹ̀ Yorùbá náà ni. So àtàdánwò tá ń fèsì ní Nigeria lápapọ̀. So just like the problem we are facing in Nigeria, and most especially, so facing that in the what? In the southwest. So in the southern part of, or in the southwest part of Nigeria. So Verydarkman is attributing this act to the Muslims, that the Muslims also have joined the league of those pastors who scam people and who also deceive people to take money from them forcefully or falsely, and to try by all means to derive people's money through false miracle and all that. So Verydarkman picked this video to tell people that Muslims has already, Muslims too have, have joined hands with those pastors who give people water in the name of Christianity, in the name of miracle and all that. Just because the Muslims are also saying that the pastors are making money from it, they are getting jet from it, they are doing this and that from it. So, but let's hear what he's going to say.
You know the truth, right? People like say all these Muslims too, they don't say money they inside this business. Yes, now they don't say okay, all these pastors will just do the same thing. They'll just do RNG. You don't understand? After they do RNG miracle, people food their church. Offering enter, donation enter, Papa thank you enter. You understand? First fruit, some people won't know Papa directly. Before you know it, Papa don't.
So we all heard what Verydarkman is saying after playing the video of a woman who is like trying to use water as miracle to make someone walk. Though that is a false, because it is very glaring that what the woman is trying to perform in the video clip is a total false, is a total falsehood, and there is nothing truth about that, and it is a total rubbish. But just for you to try to say that it's like all these Muslims, they have started doing like the pastors, something like that. So that is a false allege and accusation against the Muslims. So not all Muslims. And perhaps such kind of act of which the woman has penetrated is not part of Islam. Islam has not asked any cleric. Islam did not allow any cleric to sell water or to establish a movement called miraculous movement, like the pastors does, even if they didn't find that in the Bible also. So there is nowhere in the teaching of Islam, there is nowhere in the teaching of the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam where it is permissible or allowed for a Muslim to establish an organization in the name of performing miracle, maybe to make one who is not walking to walk, or to also make some other things, to also try to perform some other things falsely. So that's not part of Islam. So this is not the way of Islam, and this is not the path, this is not the teaching of Muslims in any way. and we from our own end. So this makes you understand Islam is different from any other religion. We as a Muslim, we as believers in Islam, practicing Muslims in Islam, when we find such kind of act penetrated within the people, within the community of Muslims or community of non-Muslims, we as a Muslim, practicing Muslim, we do condemn it and we do go against it by all means. And that is why you will see people like us, we've been tagged as violent people, as troublesome people. These are the things we are going against, and these are the things we are warning people against, not to tarnish the image of the religion of Allah. Islam is not for business. Islam is not a workshop. Islam is not, Islam is not a place you come and pack money. Islam is religion you worship Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with. Unlike Christianity, that, from its beginning to its ending, it's all about business. Even the word Christianity is business. The word Christianity itself is business, because Jesus Christ never established Christianity. It was some people who, who think they can deceive some other people. It was they who brought up the word Christianity just to advertise it and propagate it to earn some amount of money within the people. But Islam is never like that. Islam does not ask anyone to establish a miraculous center. The prophets, Muhammad ﷺ, did not establish any miracle center. Maybe by giving people water, or by, by asking people to bring those who are ill to him. The Prophet did not establish something like that. So this act of which this woman has just penetrated, it is act of the Christians, the pastors, of which the gluttons and the hungry men and hungry women among Muslims, they went to pick it from the what? From the pastors. They went to what? Pick it from the pastors. And this is one of the problems some Muslims are having. The religion Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has appointed for them, which is Islam, and 100% sure it is the most acceptable religion to Allah, they are not sufficient with the commandment of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in it until they take from the falsehood of the Christians. In the name of what? In the name of civilization. So, and there are a lot of things like this some Muslims have taken from the Christians. The Christians, they celebrate the birthday of Jesus Christ, just to make some people foolish. Now some Muslims have taken it. They are now celebrating it for the Prophet, for Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. That also is not part of Islam. There are many more of these some Muslims took from the Christians, of which is not part of the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, and one of it is this act of which you are trying to attribute to Muslims, that it's like the Muslims too have joined, the part of the what? Of the pastors. The Muslims, they don't join the part of the pastors. These are gluttons, hungry men, hungry women who don't want to work. So, and perhaps that woman, if you ask her about her religion, she may not know. So, ask that woman about the pillars of Islam, she may not know. Ask her about the pillars of faith, she may not know. Articles of faith in Islam, she may not know. Ask her about the articles or the pillars of as-salah, praying, she may not know. The obligatory part of praying, of prayer, she may not know. Ask her about fasting, she may not know. So, one who is an ignorant, total ignorant, is picking something from Christianity in the name of Islam, then you want to attribute that to be the way of what? Of Muslims, that the Muslims have been taking, the Muslims are now following what? Are now following the step of the what? Of the pastors. No, those are the gluttons, ignorant, illiterates among Muslims. They don't know anything regarding their religion. So, and when someone lacks knowledge about what is beneficial for him or her, definitely he or she must pick what is not beneficial for him or her. That's just it. That is the principle. When you neglect what is beneficial for you, you must definitely pick that of which is never and will never be beneficial for you. So in this case, that's not the way of Muslims. And that's not the what? That's not the what? That's not the part of what? Of Muslims. That's not the part of who? Of Muslims. We Muslims, from our own end, we do go against all this kind of acts. We don't joke with it. Unlike Christianity, the pastors can do whatsoever they wish to do. They can display any limit and any rate of it, any rate of stupidity, foolishness. So any rate of scam. So any rate of fraud, the pastors can display it in Christianity, but not in the front or in the midst of Muslims. Anyone we see penetrating such kind of act, we call against what? We call against it. We ask people to stay away from them. We ask people to, to stick to the religion of Allah and the practice of His Prophet Muhammad, not the act of some individuals who are illiterate, ignorant, who does not understand anything regarding the religion of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. So, like I said, this is not going to stay too long. Just a clarification on what Verydarkman had said. Though in his clip towards the end, he said that though there is true Islam, he mentioned that there is true Islam. There is true Islam, people who practice true Islam and go against this. Then if you know there is true Islam and there are people who go against this kind of act among the Muslims, then why should you be attributing it to all these Muslims like they have seen? We don't do it. And we will never do it because it is never Islam. So we thank Allah, you know there is true Islam, then you should use that true Islam to judge and against what the woman has done. Not that you should generalize that these Muslims, they are now doing this. No. So those are ignorant, illiterate among the Muslims. And we don't keep quiet on it. We preach against it. We ask people to go away from them. We ask people not to have anything to do with them. They are scammers, gluttons, seeking for something to eat. You understand? Unlike Christianity, the pastors, they can do whatsoever they wish. They can say whatever they wish to say. And none we question them and none we ask them. But we ask ourselves, even from here, before the year of what? Before the year of judgment. So we ask Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to perfect our words, to perfect our affairs. So in this case, that's all. فَسُبْحَانَكَ اللَّهُمَّ بِحَمْدِكَ أَشْهَدُ أَنْ لَا إِلَهَ إِلَّا أَنْتَ أَسْتَغْفِرُكَ وَأَتُوبُ إِلَيْكَ وَالسَّلَامُ عَلَيْكُمْ وَرَحْمَةُ اللَّهِ وَبَرَكَاتُهُ.